Feliz Navidad! Hello and happy Christmas from Barcelona in Spain, Catalonia to be precise. Welcome to the first episodes of Rambling shot at a port, marina area. This is definitely touristy, probably more marina-like. I am in Barcelona for just a few days, visiting some friends, well, more like meeting up with several friends around Europe, just before Christmas, having lots of fun, seeing beautiful sights. I know very, very little about Spanish history or architecture or art or really anything. So mostly it's just kind of been frolicking about, getting a little bit more sunshine in before we head back to London, where sunshine at this time of year is relatively lacking, shall we say. Really, really lacking. One of the biggest things that I've noticed about being in Spain is that I feel like I'm still in Morocco. So I figured that today on Ramblings we will talk about Spanish-Moroccan relations. Sorry. Also, my body did not like going back to London, and I managed to get a cough immediately, but we're gonna be okay. Anyway, so Spanish-Moroccan relations. Where I was in Agadir, southwest Morocco, actually was colonized by Spain at once upon a time. So there's a great deal of Spanish architecture in the area, as well as a major French influence. And many Moroccans, especially in the tourist industry, will speak Spanish. Sometimes better than or before they speak English, because that's where the majority of the folks are from. The fog harvesting project that I work with Dar Si Hmad was actually helped off the ground by a Spanish researcher in the Canary Islands, which is where one of the big fog belts that comes into the Anti-Atlas Mountains in Morocco originates, comes through. I'm not sure exactly where it starts to be honest. But so there's this interesting fog connection, kind of geophysically, you could say, but then also the fog technology and harvesting relations in between Spain and Morocco via that very local link, which is quite cool. I walked into the Airbnb where I'm staying at, went to the toilet, and found that I was washing my hands with argan soap. What a surprise! Argan is endemic to Morocco. It's a really, really lovely nut, argan trees that is pressed into oil that's really, really good for dipping in bread, but also is used in cosmetics and soaps and that kind of thing, and is apparently popular here in Barcelona. Who knew? So there's that. By and large, Morocco and Spain are friends. In spite of the colonial history, there are sometimes tensions. The governments, by and large, work together on things like narcotics, illegal immigration, that kind of thing. Morocco is one of the, most easily It's easy to get to Spain from North Africa. So the authorities have worked on illegal migration in that area. But also then, of course, the ease of transport has meant that there's a lot of economic cooperation on multiple counts. There are, however, some tensions. The big one that kind of remains today is that there are two islands off Morocco that Spain claims, that Morocco also claims. So every once in a while, that raises some eyebrows. There's also a bit of tension, although it's mostly quiet, over the Western Sahara. And that is still in some ways a disputed territory. Pro-Saharan groups will claim independence or claim that that's not Moroccan. And sometimes there are tensions between Spain and Morocco about whether or not, what Spain's position is, or whether it is or is not supportive in a number of ways, culturally, politically, whatever, of Morocco having the Western Sahara. And what's up with that? As I said, I know very, very little about Spanish politics and history, so I'm not too familiar, but it's been very cool to walk around Barcelona and get a feel for just Spanish architecture and that kind of thing. The Christmas markets are really lovely. There's one thing that certainly I do not feel like I'm in Morocco, because there are Christmas lights and Christmas trees and people saying Feliz Navidad and that kind of thing. So certainly plenty of differences as well as similarities, but absolutely gorgeous area, very, very cool. I feel like my time in Morocco is going to end up making me more of an expert on Europe somehow, and kind of bullying me into figuring out all of these histories as well in order to better understand the region. So very cool. I don't know, guys, like the more you learn, the more the world's connected. Insert other cheesy line here. I don't know, it's Christmas. I'm feeling very, one world lovey-dovey. Anyway, I just thought I would briefly say hello from Spain and Feliz Navidad. I'm not sure how often I'll post over the holidays, so if I don't see you, happy Christmas from Ramblings!